Okay, today we're going to be multiplying fractions. Your homework, because the summary wasn't written on the grade sheet, some people didn't get the summary done, so we're carrying the summary over to doing it with today's assignment. So today we're covering 2.5, 2.6, and your, 2.5, 2.6, and summary that will all be graded together. Okay, 2.6, the summary was on page 141, and it's listed with your assignment list. If you don't know where the summary is, it's listed on there. 141, 142, 2 through 48 even. So do that summary of fraction basics, and then you'll be doing 2.5, 2 through 56 even, and 2.6, 2 through 34 even. Okay, 2.5, multiplying fractions. Multiplying fractions. Okay, if you have 1/2 times 2/3, you can go straight across. Just do 1 times 2, top times top, and then bottom times bottom. Okay, you see that that reduces. You have 2/6.
What are we doing?
Right.
Oh,
1 times 2 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, you see that 2/6 can reduce to 1/3. Okay, you can get it this far and then reduce it, or you could have divided before you multiply. Okay, you get it this far, and then divide the top and bottom by 2, and you have 1/3. Okay, there's something else you can do first, if you want to. You can divide by 2 right here. Any top with any bottom, as long as it's all multiplies, you can divide a top and a bottom by the same number. So you can divide by 2 here, divide by 2 here.
That's neat.
Cross.
Then you just 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3. So that keeps you from having to divide here, which is a plus when you have really big numbers. When you have a few numbers multiplied, it's easier to do the division while they're smaller. You can do it in your head. If you have a number like 5/8 times 16 over 25. Okay, you can multiply top times top, then multiply bottom times bottom. It would be easier to divide by 5 here, wouldn't it?
Right.
And it'd be easier to divide by 8 here.
Okay, that's 5.
Okay? That way we don't have these huge numbers. So divide by 5. Divide by 5 is 1. Divide by 5
5.
is 5. You could divide by 2, 4, or since you could see if it divides by 8, go ahead and go to the 8. Divide by 8. Divide by 8 is 1. Divide by 8 is 2.
So it'd be 2/5.
Right. Answer would be 1 times 2 is 2, 1 times 5 is 5. Now if you didn't see that you could divide by 8 here, let's put it back up here. Let's say we saw the 5, and say we thought, oh well, we could divide these by 2. So divide by 2, divide by 2. If you didn't see you could divide farther, you would have ended up with the answer 8 over 20. You still would have had to reduce there. If you didn't see all of them over here, that doesn't mean you're going to get it wrong. You could still finish by dividing over here.
So you divide to the greatest power? Or divide to the greatest number?
You divide by the biggest factor you can divide by, but you don't have to. You can keep dividing by 2, or whatever number will divide, until you can't do it anymore. See, it will divide by 2 here. So you'd still end up with 2/5 even if you didn't divide by the biggest number right off the bat.
But it would just be simpler to go by the biggest number, right?
Right. And if you had done this and saw the 4 and 8 here, you could have divided these again. You can't,
Right.
it's not, there's no limit. You can keep dividing. So if you see these divide by 4, you could have went ahead and said divided by 4, divided by 4. And you wouldn't have had to divide over here. As long as it's a top and a bottom. You can't do side by side, okay? Let's do, how about if we have 3 numbers, same rows. Let's do 3 fractions. Number 15 is one of them. It's got 3 on it. 14 over 25 times 65 over 48 times 15 over 28.
Oh my,
Yeah, but if we're going to divide first.
okay.
We're not going to multiply those big numbers.
Times 15.
Okay, is there anything here you see that, oh, I can definitely do that?
25 and 15.
25 and 15 divide by
25,
what?
60.
Divide by 5, they divide by 5.
These divide by 5? Okay,
Yeah.
or these. It doesn't matter, you can divide these 2 or these 2 by 5. But
But not
only
both.
2. One top and one bottom. You can't do 2 tops. Okay, so one top and one bottom. We'll divide by 5. It's 3. Divided by 5 is 5. Now we could divide the 5 and 65, right?
Right.
Here, this one's a bottom, that one's a top.
Oh, okay.
Divide by 5 here. 65 divided by 5
13.
is 13.
And the 5 becomes a 1.
Yeah, 5 became a 1, 65 became a 13.
And
Okay.
14 by 48 will divide, won't it?
14 and 28 will divide by what?
I was thinking 48.
14.
14. If you didn't see that, you could have divided by 2 and then you would have seen you could divide by 7 later. If you don't see that this is 14, let's say you just saw that they divide by 2. This divided by 2 is 7. 28 divided by 2 is 14. Then you would have probably saw that they would have divided by 7. You could have kept going. Divided by 7 is 1. Divided by 7 is 2. If you saw it, you would have just went straight to the 1 here. 14 divided by 1, and 28 divided by 14. I mean, if divided by 14 is 1, sorry. Okay, these numbers here. The 1, that doesn't don't worry about the 1 now. The 48 and 2. Is there anything,
48 and 3.
the 48 and the 3, what is the rule for dividing by 3? How do you figure it out?
Add up the numbers and divide them by 3.
Add them up. Okay, 48 divides by 3, doesn't it? 4 plus 8 is 12. That divides by 3. So you can see by the divisibility rule, you could divide this by 3. So divide by 3 on the top. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 48 divided by 3. 16. If you have to, do it off to the side. Do 48 divided by 3. 4 divided by 3 is 1. Subtract and bring that down. 3 and 18 is 6. So it's 16. Okay, now on the top we have 1, 13, 1.
That's
On
gonna
the
be-
bottom we have 1, 16, and 2.
so-
Okay, 13 is prime. It will not divide. So if you can't divide by 13 on the bottom, you won't be able to divide. And you can't divide anything on the bottom by 13. So now you have 1 times 13 times 1
13.
is 13 on top. 1 times 16 times 2.
32.
16 times 2 is 32. And that's way better than multiplying those huge numbers and then trying to figure out what you can divide by, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's still hard.
Yeah, but it's way easier than all that multiplying. And the huge numbers you would have been dividing by. Let's do number 17, because it's going to be the same thing. Because you have 2 of
How
them
come
like
you
this.
don't do any of the ones we've got to do?
So you get practice.
Okay.
Because she's not gonna give us any of the answers.
Number
I know, huh?
17, you need to practice so you get good at it.
Okay, go ahead.
It's all for your own good, you know.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
I just want to complain.
16 over 25 times 35 over 32 times 15 over 64. And this is why it's a really good thing to have your multiplications in your head.
Okay,
And
16
you
will
can tell
go,
whether something, what it divides by.
16 will go into 32.
16 and 32 both divide by 16?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do that one. That's an easy one. Divide by 16 is 1. Divide by 16 is 2.
Okay.
And we can do 25 and 15 again.
5, yeah, we could divide by 5. 25 and 15 divide by 5.
3,
3 divide by 5.
5.
5.
5 and 35.
5 and 35.
Oh, yeah.
Divide by 5 is 1.
7.
Divide by 5 is 7. Okay, on top we have 7 and 3. On bottom we have 2 and 64. Okay, we're not going to sit here all day trying to make it divide because that's as far as you can go.
So 7
Okay.
times 3 is 21.
7 times 3 is 21. 2 times 64 is 128. And we don't have to wonder whether they're going to divide because we've already seen that it wouldn't do it over here. So we don't have to try to figure out a number that will divide into both of them now. So that's as far as you can go. Okay, let's do it where we have multiply a whole number in a fraction.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do 15 times 3/5.
15 times 3/5.
Uh-huh. Okay, you can do 15 times 3. You need to put 15 over 1 though.
Okay, if you're dividing
If
by
it's a
whole
whole
number, it's
number.
always 15 over, I mean,
Anytime
whatever.
you have multiply or divide, if there's a whole number, write it as that number over 1. Because that's what it is a fraction.
Okay, so we
So
can,
write this over 1.
and we can divide 5 into 15.
Yeah, we can divide first. We
By
don't
5.
want to do 45 and then divide by 5, which wouldn't be that hard, but let's stay in the practice of dividing first. Divide by 5, divide by 5.
3 times 3 is
9 over 1 is what?
9. 9.
Right. Go ahead and reduce it all the way down to the whole number if it will.
9 ones, and then 9 ones equal 9.
Yeah. Whether it's the first number, you could do the second number also. You could have like 2/3 times 24. You could have the whole, that whole number could be the second one also. It could
Oh,
be
I
anywhere in
see.
there. Okay, put it over 1 if it's a whole number. Do you want to go ahead and multiply or can you divide first?
You can divide.
Yeah, divide by 3. 24 divided by 3,
8.
8.
So that equals
16 over 1.
2 times 8, 16
over
over
1.
1.
16.
Which becomes 16
16.
wholes.
Right. Okay, even if you have like 3 numbers, you can still, let's say you have 100 times 21 over 50, this one's number 27, times 3/4. Make this one into a whole number. First step, make sure you have all fractions. Okay, we wrote that a little crooked. Okay, what can we divide? Do you want to multiply on that first, or?
Okay.
Not really, huh?
4 will go into 100.
4 will go into 100, or 50 will go into 100? Let's do the 50, why not? 50, divided by 50 is 1, 100 divided by 50 is 2.
And 2 will go into 4.
Right, let's divide by 2. It's 1, divided by 2 is 2. Okay, is there anything on top that will divide by 2?
No.
Nope.
No.
Okay, so we're done. That's all you could have divided on bottom is 2. So on the top you have 1 times 21, 21 times 3,
63.
63 over 2. Okay, actually, it's a good thing to go ahead and change that to a mixed number if you can. It may give the answer like this, but if you'd like to go ahead and start getting into practice of turning it into a mixed number, let me show you how real quick. 63 divided by 2.
31. Right.
3, yeah. And 2 going to 3, 1. You have a remainder. Don't write remainder. If you put this over this, the remainder over what you divided by, that's the fraction right there.
And we learned that back in
Well, no.
2-3, right, I think?
Probably, yeah.
31 1/2.
Yeah. So instead of leaving it like this, go ahead and write it as 31 1/2. Actually, the answer says to write answers in lowest terms and as a whole or a mixed number where possible. So it wants you to do the mixed number where it's possible. So if you only got this far, it would only be counted half right. Okay? And it wants you to do area. On the next page of your homework, it gives you rectangles. All kinds of rectangles. Long skinny ones, big old fat ones.
And they're all
They're
multiplication.
all rectangles. I don't care what, if they look a little different, they're still rectangles. The area of a rectangle is the length times the width.
No matter what.
Yep. The
And this
area
is
of a
just for the rectangle, it's not for any of the other, it's not for a square or a triangle or something.
A square is a rectangle.
Oh,
So a square is just a special rectangle. So even a square you would do,
And
you
do
would
we
call
need
it
to-
side times side.
We
but
need
it's
to answer
still
yards, inches, or whatever.
Yeah. Okay, now let's write one down. This one says 3/4 of a mile. This was number 37. And 1/3 of a mile. So you're going to do that times that. The area of this is 3/4 times 1/3. But would it matter if we said 1/3 times 3/4?
No.
No, it doesn't matter, okay.
So
We do it in any order. It doesn't matter which one's the length and which one's the width. Okay, 3/4 of a mile, 1/3 of a mile. Okay, are we gonna put, we could put 3 over 12, but if we divide by 3 first, you're gonna get 1/4, right? If we divide by the 3 first, or you get 3/12 and it'll reduce. Okay.
So it's 1/4 of a mile.
Times mile.
excuse me for just 1 second. What is this little thing over here that you used?
This little mile,
No, this little thing. Further over.
the eighth area.
Oh, okay, that's an A for area. Okay, I'm sorry.
That's a funny looking A.
That's a cute A, actually.
Well, it looks kind of like this A over here.
Oh, I just, sorry.
Okay. So that would be 3/12 or 1/4. We need to put the units. What were these units?
Miles.
These were miles, but we multiplied miles times miles. That makes square miles.
Oh, so we put square.
Yeah.
Oh, but 2 on top means square?
Yeah. You can write it like this. You could say 1/4 miles with a 2, which is square miles, or you could say 1/4 square mile. Most people
Okay.
would rather put a little 2 there. It's quicker and simpler, takes up less room. But square miles could be written either way.
How come it became a square mile and not just a
Miles
mile?
times miles. Remember how we were doing the prime factoring, and if we had something times itself, it was to the second power? Like if we were prime factoring 4 and we got 2, it was 2 times 2,
Okay,
we said that's 2 to the second power.
that's square.
That's how many times it's times itself. That's squared.
Okay, so do you do anything with meters?
You'd still put the M down here, and it's, area will always have a 2 up there. Area is always gonna be squared, because it's saying how many squares of something is in there. Like this is 3/4 of a mile.
So it's gonna be square meters.
Yeah. Let's do one with meters. This is 3 meters, and this is 46 meters. Okay? So this will be 46 meters times 3 meters. So whatever 46 times 3 is, 138 square meters.
So,
Okay?
so you
Area.
can put, okay, you can put M,
M is for meter, MI is for mile.
Oh, okay.
M,
MI is mile.
and M is,
M is meter.
okay.
Whatever they use, you use the same one.
But it's always
It's
square.
written out on here.
When you're multiplying, it's always square.
Right, area is always gonna come out squared. The area of something, let's say we have the area, and we have 3 going this way. We have 2 going this way. How many squares do we have in there?
There is 6 squares.
6 squares. 2 times 3.
6.
2 squares going that way, 3 squares going this way. We have 6 squares. Okay?
Okay.
These had been inches, would have had, how many square inches do we have? They would be inch by inch. They have, that would be 1 square inch, each one of those. Okay? So your area will be length times width, and it will always be squared. And there's word problems, and you pretty much know they're going to be multiplied, right? If it's the area of a rectangle, you know it's going to be length times the width of that rectangle.
So on 2/6, it's all the same thing?
2.6, you have a bunch of word problems, and you already know they'll be multiplied, right? The fractions will be multiplied. You may just have to figure out which numbers to multiply, but mostly you know it's going to be multiplied. Look at number, on page 159. How, number 21 says find the amount of their rent. The amount of their rent for the year. Of usually means multiply. Of their rent. It says their rent, number 21, the amount of the rent. Okay? The rent says it is 1/5. If you look at the circle graph up there, you're using that circle graph.
Okay.
The rent says it's 1/5. It's 1/5 of the family expenses. Okay, we've got a problem here. We don't know the total expenses, do we?
Right.
It says January, February, March, April, May. It has the whole year there. Okay, what you have to actually do is add all of those numbers up to get the yearly expenses. So January through December. January all the way to December, add all those up to find your yearly expenses.
And then it would be,
Because it says find the amount of the rent for the year.
so it'd be 1/5 times the total
Right. After you find the total,
over 1?
times 1/5. So the total you would put over 1 times 1/5. You'd end up dividing that total by 5. 1/5 of something is that number divided by 5. But you gotta get the total. Let's add those up and see what the total yearly expenses is. I don't think anybody has it already, do they?
58,000.
58,000?
That's good.
On the book says it, because you got one that was used.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure it's right before everybody uses that number.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. That's what it came out to, 58,000. So if you added all those up, you would get 58,000. That's your total, that's for the year, okay? For number 21, if you did it times 1/5, you'd do 58,000 on top, 5 on bottom.
Oh, okay.
So you have $58,000 divided by 5. Okay.
11,600.
What is it?
11,600.
11,600 would be for the rent. And you're gonna have to do something similar to that for number 22. That wants the food spent, what's been spent on food for the year. Food is 5/16. You still gotta use the year income and then times how much for food.
Are you sure that's 11? Wait. You're gonna put 5 into 58, right?
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
take 11,600 times by 5, it comes back out to
Yeah, it is.
58,000.
So we're looking for a whole number there.
Well, that one came out. Most likely the next one will too. 58,000 times 5/16. If 16 will go evenly into 58,000, you could do that.
Okay, so it's 116,000? No,
11,000.
11,600.
Yeah,
So you put that down?
that's how much was rent. That would have been the answer for number 21.
11,600 is the answer, right?
Yeah, and that's dollars, so we probably should put dollars next to that, right?
Oh, yeah.
11,600 for rent.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, for the food, you're gonna do 58,000 times 5/16. Okay, if you could divide by 16, do that first. Might as well just wait till later because it's not simple, right? So let's do 58,000 times 5. You got the 3 zeros. 5 times 8, 40. 25 plus 4 is 29. So you got 290,000 divided by 16. Okay? 16 into 290,000. 16 will go one time, right? So we subtract that, we get 113, and then we have to bring our next zero down. Put it up where it's bigger here.
So it's
16
13.
into 130. Okay. If it was 15, we'd go 15, 30, 45, 60. 4 of them is 60. 16 times 4 is 60. So 16 times 8 is going to be double that. Should be 120. 8 times 6, it's not, huh? Oh, I was doing 15, sorry. 6 times 4 is 24. Yeah,
128.
128. 6 times 8 is 48.
That's it.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's as close as we're going to get. 128. Bring our zero down. Just be one time, right? 16. So bring our next zero down, makes it 40.
2,
16 times 2,
32.
32. 2 times 16 is 32. When we subtract, we have 80.
5.
4, maybe 5. Let's try 5. 5 times 6 is 30. 5, 6, 7, 8. We just barely got it even, didn't we? Because that 5 is right over that last zero. See? And it came out exact, barely. 18,125. for, what was that? For food. That was expenses for food for the year. That was one you didn't have to do. Are you proud?
Okay, I didn't understand one thing in particular. When you went over, yeah, let's get back over here. When you did the 16 into 4,
I did.
wait,
I was
you got 16.
multiplying here. I did 5 times this. I put 0, 0, 0. For the first 3 zeros, I was doing times 5. 58,000. That 4 is when I carried.
Oh, okay.
I put 0, 0, 0. And then 5 times 8 is 40. Put the 0 and carried the 4. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. That's where I got the top number here. 5
Okay.
times that. I was just carrying right there. And then 1 times 16 is 16. Okay? So you don't have to add the yearly income. That's one thing you didn't have to do. Because you have to use that for all of those anyway.
And we're doing
That's-
evens again, aren't we?
Yep. Do the evens just like it says on the syllabus.
So we do 2, 5, 2, 6, and the summary.
And the
I've already
summary,
done the
yes.
summary. Okey doke.
Okay.
We just start that on it.